Welcome to the Life of the Party, our online segment. So today, for our last Life of the Party of this semester, we will be discussing our perfect vice presidential candidates for Mitt Romney. So we're going to start on the end. Paul?
All right, well, my perfect pick would be a cross between Chuck Norris, Alan West, and Herman Cain. And so you have like the pastor element, like the military firebrand element, right, and then like the kick-ass element. So
and he'd be 2/3 black, which would make the ticket blacker than Obama.
Absolutely, right. Absolutely would.
He could win the black vote with that.
He could.
And did you know that Chuck Norris is part Native American, so he'd also win the Native American vote.
Ooh, that's very important. But a lot of those
seriously, it's Chuck Norris. What else do you need?
But yeah, every vote counts.
They won't vote, but they'll take our money at casinos.
Oh God! All right, Josh. Let's get a less incriminating.
Oh no, I had a worse thought creep into my mind there, so you're
that
right.
will stay in your mind.
Well,
no, actually,
I personally think that Romney needs to appeal to Christian conservatives. I think he has to appeal to not just that, but even just the overall, who would be Christian conservative but reach out to overall America, possibly have an athletic component, so sports fans would like him. I'm thinking Tim Tebow. He's got all of the different elements, and going to the Jets, he's shown that he's willing to be second, the second string. So he'd be okay with being a running mate.
He's also willing to put up with people from New York, so that's pretty.
That would be important. So I do think that the Christian conservative aspect of that, Tim Tebow, and he's straight-laced. He's not gonna.
You'll never have to worry about sex scandals or getting drunk or anything like that.
I mean, I think he's the perfect. He's the perfect. I mean, the only concern is he doesn't have as much political experience, but
he's not old enough
or as much age.
And constitutionally, he actually isn't eligible. But still, I mean, since when was the Constitution, something that got in the way of things happening?
Right. I mean, we have our president who was born in, whatever, Kenya, Indonesia. Just name the country off the list, and he was probably born there.
Those views are Paul's and Paul's alone, and he's definitely joking.
Wait, really? Am I?
Are you?
You'll never know.
Oh, God. All right, moving on. If it was a couple years ago, I would have said Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Slayer, because then you'd not only be able to get Abraham Lincoln on your ticket, but you'd also have somebody who could take out all the new, Twilight fans,
right.
which would be fantastic.
Absolutely. There are a lot of single-issue voters that vote specifically on that issue.
Well, it would fire up the religious vote. I mean, obviously.
It would also fire up the sane people vote. God, right. Twilight. Other than that, I really have an affinity for the fake presidents, the film presidents. So maybe Bill Pullman's Thomas J. Whitmore would kind of, come back into action, or the James Marshall from Harrison Ford's Air Force One. I mean, seriously, if those guys were VPs for Mitt Romney, I mean, who would say no to that? Seriously, two great movies.
As long as this isn't the VP from Air Force One, because she was awful.
Oh, Glenn Close. Oh, God. Terrible.
So bad.
But seriously, either of those, Vice President for Mitt Romney, how could you not love that? I mean...
I'd go for that.
It'd be great.
I would definitely. Now, I'm curious. I think Obama needs to drop Biden. So who do you think? I think personally he should pick, since he keeps bringing Reagan up as Reagan would support his policies, he needs to get Ron Reagan, Reagan's son that was the ballerina that's also a Democrat, to be his running mate, and so he can claim that he has the support of Ronald Reagan. It's the other Ronald Reagan, but he's been trying to do that to sell the Buffett role, so I think that could actually work for him.
This is the person who was trying to sell books by claiming his father had dementia while in office. It was really, really
awful,
sleazy guy. I don't know how to agree with that.
The guy who goes on MSNBC occasionally.
The Democratic Party has a new superhero. Cory Booker. He's the mayor of Newark, New Jersey. There's been a lot of fun because he just a few days ago saved his next door neighbor from a fire, right? So there's a lot of funny stuff going around on Twitter. The Asbury Park Press, a local newspaper in New Jersey, actually the front page story was all of the funny tweets that people made about Cory Booker stories. Just go on Twitter and
hilarious.
search Cory Booker stories. You will laugh for at least 15
Forever.
minutes. Worth it. But yeah, I definitely think that he'd be a better running mate than Biden. But then if we don't have Biden, then we don't have all of Biden's wonderful
Yeah.
sound bites.
Well, you know what's funny about Biden being VP is that according to records of Osama bin Laden, he actually thought it would be a great thing to have Biden become the president because then the country would collapse. He even said, like, that's our strategy now. Because that'll be like the way that we...
Oh, Joe. Oh, Scranton Joe. Oh, my God. Oh.
He is actually a joke VP candidate, but he's for real. That's what's kind of sad about it.
Hey, he's a big effing deal, right?
He is.
know?
EFD.
Oh, God. Well, there have been a lot of life of the parties this semester, a lot of great people that we've discussed. Looking forward to a next semester, and, you know, we'll see if one of our joke VP, candidates gets the nod. You know, you never know what happens.
As if we get renewed. I mean,
That is if we get renewed. I mean, seriously.
Let's not jump the gun.
Doug Bell could cancel us literally the moment after I stop saying this. So we'll have to see what happens. But fingers crossed, we're back.
Could force us to insert
maybe our
his
10 viewers, or maybe our 10 viewers could email in and get us renewed. That'd actually be pretty cool. So we'll just have to see what happens. But thanks for watching The Life of the Party, our online segment. Make sure to watch our actual show, The After Party, and looking forward to hopefully seeing you next semester.